we are. Okay, and I see us. Okay, it's time for the music. Let's do this. Here we go. Can you hear it?
Yeah, I
Dance
can
with
hear it
me.
great.
Dance with me.
So you wanna be
So you want to be
a
a cool kid. He wants to be a cool dude. Hanging with the inset. I'm the inset or the insert. Ooh, watch him move. Look at, oh, my cool dudes are dancers. This is so cool. You ready for the drum? Ready for the bridge? Here we go. Here we go. Ready. Bop, 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 bop. There we go. No, I'm not a lonely girl. I am Bonnie D, and I'm here on my new show. It's a spinoff. It's not actually that new anymore, and it's called We Dish 2, T-O-O, not T-W-O, T-O-O, meaning over the top. I'm the Saucy Dame, and my newest cool dude is Simon M. Those of you who think he looks familiar from my Technology Revolution show, his last name is Mites, M-E-I-T-Z, but he's just now, cool dudes only have an initial, Simon, so it's Simon M. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. Welcome to the show. It's great. I love it.
I'm welcoming, you're welcoming me. I'm welcoming you. There we go. And I like the dancing very much. We are live streaming. Wave hello to LinkedIn. I know you were promoting the show. You're the first one to pre-promote. Say hello to Facebook twice, 2 pages, and say hello to
The third
YouTube.
one,
Now,
YouTube.
YouTube, yes. Now, I have to tell everybody, you may think you know Simon, but you don't yet. And I'm going to introduce you to parts and sides and facets of Simon M that you do not know about, most of you. Some of you might, but not in its entirety. So this show I started last year in 2024. I think I've done about 50 episodes already. You know I'm a glutton for that kind of thing. Once I start, I don't stop. You know that, Simon. And I have an intro here. By the way, I have to give credit. The opening song is my lyrics to So You Want to Be, and the gentleman singing is Serge Hoffman with two F's and two N's in Paris. He is a friend from SAP. He is a composer. His music has been played in movies for Cirque du Soleil. He
Oh,
composes
cool.
for orchestras, for opera singers, for combos, for classical music, quartets, quintets, all over France. He's an entrepreneur now. He's just retired and starting in full his music career. So Serge did the song and the lyrics. I'm sorry, I wrote the lyrics. He's singing and he's playing the music, and he did the composition for the music. So I like to give
Amazing.
credit where it's due. It's quite good. So here we go. I have an opening poem for you. And Simon,
Thank
just
you.
you put your seatbelt on, dear. Okay, here we go. You may know us well, Bonnie D and Simon M too. Seasoned in life, we love what we do. From LinkedIn's halls to social's embrace, I want to make sure we're recording. Yes, we are. We love sharing our insights in our savvy people space. Did you know you're in a savvy people space? Now on We Dish, we're here to play, lightening up life in our uniquely fresh way. Welcoming Simon M., a cool dude on a lifelong quest. Here's my rhyming intro, then he'll tell us the rest. And the title is The Story of Simon M., A Life Sustainably Phased. When Bonnie D speaks with Simon, she's always amazed. Meet Simon Joseph Attila Mites, a man of depth and flair, from snowy March beginnings to adventures everywhere. Born in 82, his parents inspired his dreams with mom's tailored artistry and dad's real estate streams. Grandma's Austrian farmhouse fueled his playful imagination. Woods and farmyard thrills sparked endless exploration. A lover of the outdoors, Simons climbed the highest peaks, heliboarding, cliff jumping. He's the adventurer who seeks. At school, his brilliance was his secret sauce. Business math, law, economics, he mastered every course. Prestigious halls like Eichstätt, Augsburg, and the LSE saw Simon graduate magna cum laude with prideful glee. In his career, he's led with vision. I think you're enjoying this. In his career, he's led with vision and might, building strategies for industries, futures shining bright. From Qatar's industrial growth to Industry 4.0's sway, Simon shapes economies in his uniquely transformative way. At EY, he founded Carbon with a capital C in the sustainability beat, with innovation and speed a record-breaking feat. Through ESG strategies and alliance goals, his work with global brands redefined their roles. A speaker, a writer. Oh, there's more. A speaker, a writer, an expert in green innovation, from podcasts to panels, Simon's fueled global conversation. With Kazakhstan's president, he shared decarbonization story on carbon pricing's role in Europe's eco glory. Though AI sparks his vision,
Mhm.
he loves a tactile start. With pen and paper, ideas flow straight from Simon's heart. He's a mentor, a thinker, a leader profound, turning bold ideas into actions that always astound. Now back in Munich, the mountains call his name. Simon, Simon, Simon. Scaling peaks and crafting futures, he plays the strategy game. A legacy of intellect, adventure, and drive. Simon Joseph Attila Mites. His brilliance comes alive. Did you like that?
It's like I'm getting a bit red now.
I
I'm
have to finish the
blushing. I'm
poem. Let me
blushing.
finish the intro. We're here on We Dish, chatting on life's score,
Mhm.
culture, music, food, and oh, so much more. Join us live or on demand, day or night. We won't be here, but you can find us and enjoy our dishing with shared delight. Meet us for real in our live streaming glow. Show the glow, Simon. We're glowing. Comments are welcome. Just play nice. You know who you are. You know. We dish too. TOO Saucy Damon, Cool Dude too. Bonnie D and Simon N. Dishing on life's fun. Pour vous. That's for you in French. So, how'd we do? What'd you think?
Very good, very good. Thank you so much. As I said already, I'm blushing a bit, so
You're welcome. Well,
amazing. Thank you.
you sent me a beautiful bio. It was a story. It was pages and pages. And I said to my virtual assistant, her name is Sylvia Speed, by the way. We gave her a last name. And I said, you've got to take this beautiful narrative Simon sent and make it into rhymes. And then she sent it to me. It took about 7 seconds. There was a lot. It was very long, 7 seconds. And then I went through and I compared it to your bio and I did some tweaking on the poetry to make sure it was really good. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. We want to get to know you. I think people have already heard a lot more about you than they already knew, I'm guessing. And now I want to start into our normal agenda. So, you have some cool dude songs for me, Simon M, that tell us who you are? Talk to me.
I I found some in the beginning. I thought I was struggling a bit, and then suddenly when the suddenly it worked quite well. So I got a few here. Um, Let me start with Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger from Daft Punk. I'm not
Ooh,
sure if you had that on the show yet.
I know, and I love Def Punk. They have some electro music that just I think I've drummed to one of their songs here at home. Beautiful. So what about that song?
Do you remember this album? There was a whole story. It was a whole drawn story through the whole album. So I really like that. So and that of course is the song. Maybe it's a bit of a metaphor for my life. I've always tried to push a bit harder, try to get a bit better, a bit faster, a bit stronger. And so far it worked quite well.
I think that speaks to what I read about you. So go ahead. What's your next song? What have you got?
Next song I have, God, I have so many here now. Fleetwood
Good.
Mac, Go Your Own Way. So
You can go your own way.
exactly,
Okay, sort
it's
of.
an old one, but I really love the song. And to be honest, I did always go my own way, like different countries, different jobs. It wasn't very straightforward. It never was what people expected from me, and for me, it was quite a interesting ride. Let's put it that way.
I agree. Go your own way. I got to add that to my list. I think that's a Saucy Dame song. I didn't think about that. What else have you got?
How many songs are we allowed to do? Three, four,
Oh,
five?
three, four, five, as
Three, four,
many as
five.
you want. I've
I
got about
have
12.
okay, then let's go a bit fast. I got from the drums, Let's Go Surfing. So all everything around beach, windsurfing, actually, it's more like windsurfing, oceans, water. I love it. Um I have to put that one in. Reinhard Fendrich. I'm from Austria. You definitely haven't heard of that, I guess. And two songs that I will hear soon, hopefully again, watching the movies with my son. Um, First of all is from the Jungle Book, The Bare Necessities.
Mm-hmm.
Just to be happy about the smaller things in life, I guess.
Yep.
And
Yep.
then we have also the song. Actually, we tried to sing that together last time during our karaoke session.
Yeah. I'm
The
taking
song
my
from
bow down here.
Moana, "How Far I
Yes.
Go," or better, I was listening to my wife performing it like outstandingly well.
She's a piano. She plays the piano. We have to tell people that.
She she plays the piano and
You
she
want to
sings
do a
like
shout
a
out
rock
to her?
star.
You want to do a shout out to your wife?
Yeah, well, of course, a shout out to my wife. I mean, she's amazing. I love her.
Good. That's nice. That's nice. Cool dudes can be married to amazing women. That's a new one for this show. Okay, I like that. Any more songs? I'm interested.
Oh, any more songs? Let me see. Oh my God, I got Imagine Dragons here. Whatever it takes, in terms of being quite resilient, I would say. You too. Uh, a beautiful day. I think
Hmm.
always staying positive. And I think now, like, oh, I have one nice one.
Yeah.
Ode to Joy by Beethoven.
Oh,
And
oh,
actually,
oh. That's the first classical song we've had on the show.
really,
Yes.
no, because that actually brings me back to. I mean, I love the I love the whole song, of course, but particularly the second one, the scherzo, brought me back to my theater acting times when I was like 16, 17, 18 at a quite famous theater in Munich at the Prinzregententheater, and we played A Clockwork Orange, and that was one of the songs we used, for example.
Very
So
nice.
good memory. So always, I don't know,
That's
I'm always
wonderful.
connecting the memories to the songs and to the music I'm listening to. So that was definitely one of the pictures that always is sparked by Ode
That's
to
the
Joy.
point of that's why I start off with the songs from everybody because there are memories or there's aspiration or it's just something that resonates with you but has not been part of your life. My songs, you have any more before I go to mine? Are you good? Any more?
No, that's fine. I can go on for another half an hour with songs, I guess, but
We have
I
time.
throw the
Mark,
ball to you.
give me a couple more songs. No, I
I
want to
give
hear
you
yours. Yes.
what else have I ever seen here? I had oh, actually also theater times. There was a song called was it Cat Stevens? I'm Sailing, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one of the songs me and my best female friend at that time always sang before the shows. So in the beginning, of course, you're always quite nervous. You're always like "Ugh,"
Mm-hmm.
a bit of not stage fright. I always enjoyed it, but like you're always quite tense. And then we sat down somewhere in a corner and sang the song together, and that
That's
always kind of calmed us
nice.
down.
That's nice.
So
I don't think it's fright or even nerves. I was told years ago as a young girl, I was doing a piano recital. I took piano lessons in classical music starting at the age of 7. I would go to the teacher's recital once in a while, and I was told the nerves are your power. They fuel
that's
you.
true.
They make you better. It's adrenaline. It's because you care. If it doesn't matter, you won't be nervous. Think about it.
It's it's true. And all those shows after the fifth, sixth, seventh time, if there was a show where we weren't nervous beforehand, it was
Flat?
not great. This was
Yeah.
flat.
See?
The tension was missing. There was like
Yes.
this
Yes.
spark wasn't there. Um,
That's a
so
power.
you need a bit of that
You do.
tension
And
and
when I
excitement.
started doing stand-up comedy and I was on stage with 10 other new comics and we had experienced comedians opening and I called them the bookends, the opener and the closer. We were told, and this was interesting, it was at Caroline's in New York, the famous comedy club, and we had to have our friends and family come and pay to be in the audience. It was a paid audience of like 200 people. And I had never been on a stage doing comedy before. And we were told backstage, and listen carefully, do not medicate your nerves. Whatever your choice is, do not. They are your friend, they are your power. Go on stage and harness that energy and knock them dead.
Yeah.
And we most of us did. And I started getting invited around New York to little clubs to do more of my comedy. And then I started my own troupe. Well, you're not surprised because that's what I always do. Anyway, so yeah, so much for nerves. I love the story you shared. Any more songs? I love your songs. These are
Oh
great.
gosh.
Yeah.
What else do we have here? Oh, How Far I Go from another Disney song from the movie Moana. So that's also something that is always like I really like the song first of all, but second of all, it's always this like zest for life, zest for traveling, zest for seeing something else. And I've traveled quite a bit in my life and lived in various places, and I always enjoyed it. But I
I
also,
th-
to be honest, what's not part of the song is I always enjoyed coming back to Germany as well, and to
yeah.
Munich particularly.
Yep. There's something about coming home. Um, You're the first cool dude on my show out of I think you're the 13th, but the 15th episode. A couple have been here twice. So it's more than that. But first one with a Disney song or two, and the first one with classical music. So you're breaking boundaries here. I like
There you
that.
go. Let's break some more.
I like that. Let's break some eggs. I'm ready for my omelet. I'm going to give you a couple of my songs. Let's see if they
Please.
inspire you. I have on the work side Donna Summer. She works hard for the money. I'm a
Mhm.
disco kid. I was teaching disco in Oregon for years. I had my own classes and I did exhibition dancing and I did disco Hawaii contests and had a blast. So I was
Wait, wait,
a
wait. How do you teach disco?
Oh, it's called the
Like,
hustle and it's called line
okay.
dances. And I had
Ah, okay,
classes.
cool.
I had 175 people in my first line dance class in a high school cafeteria.
Okay, wow, amazing.
And the man who booked me was my boyfriend at the time, and he told them I was his assistant. He got paid $4 an hour, and they paid me $2 an hour. And I had to stand in high heels on a formica top table in a high school cafeteria. And I went to the people who were running this thing. It was adult education, and we called it "You Should Be Dancing," like Saturday Night Fever. You should be dancing. Anyway, I said to them, "This is not safe. You cannot expect me to dance on top of a cafeteria table. This is unsafe." So they built a wooden stage, but I said, I'm working as hard as my partner is. I want equal pay. And
Oh, wow.
they said, too bad. You want equal pay, lady? You come and start your own class and you'll be the teacher and we'll give you the $4 an hour. I said, okay, skip it. It was a 10-week class. I had to travel an hour each way to get there, 10 weeks in a row. By the end of 10 weeks, we still had over 150 people in the class. We
Wow, that's
taught
great.
line dances and then we had classes for hustle and I taught ballroom as well. A lot of fun. So the dad, she works hard for the money, hot stuff, hot stuff. This is the Donna Summer tribute. She works hard for the money, hot stuff. Some people used to call me hot stuff. Some people still do. On the radio. That's me. No more tears. Enough is enough. Last Dance, I'm Not There Yet, and I Feel Love, okay, which was Giorgio Moroder. These were her real disco songs. I'm a big fan of Donna Summer. I did a disco Hawaii contest. I was a contestant with my partner, Michael Simon, and our song was the part of the MacArthur Park Suite, which I think was 23 minutes by Donna Summer, called Heaven Knows. Da, 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 da,
Mhm.
da. We came in from opposite sides of the floor. Heaven knows just how much I love you. And we had made our own homemade costumes. Mine was a blue thing with spaghetti straps and a black satin skirt that tied at the waist and opened into a 360-degree circle with black stockings and little high heels. And we came in from opposite sides. Michael lifted me up. I was 97 pounds at the time, don't ask. And he lifted me up and did a spin and then a death drop to the floor and spun me around 3 inches above the floor. And then I got to my feet and then we finished our routine. We came in third in Disco Hawaii.
Oh,
What do you think
wow.
of that?
Congratulations.
Oh,
Fun
yeah. Oh,
story.
yeah. That was millions of
Unbelievable.
years ago. So then I have also Cyndi Lauper, Girls Just Want to Have Fun, because I sometimes do Groovin' by the Young Rascals, Groovin' on a Sunday. Anyway, a couple of anthems. I Am Woman by Helen Reddy. You Don't Own Me by Leslie Gore. I did a music video of You Don't Own Me with a band on Long Island years ago. My voice was so bad they got a girl singer to dub over me. That was fun.
Mhm.
And Me and Bobby McGee by Janis Joplin. And the line I like from that, I think you can understand this, Simon, is freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose.
Mhm.
Isn't
Great.
that what we
Yeah.
take risks, the freedom, nothing left to lose? Okay, 9 to 5, Dolly Parton. That's about working. When people try to shoot me down, hit me with your best shot by Pat Benatar. Hit me with your best. And New Attitude by Patti LaBelle. That's how I keep coming back. Dancing because I love to dance. Dancing Queen by ABBA. Happy Dance by Mercy Me. Are you familiar with Mercy Me?
No, I haven't. No,
It's
I'm
a
actually not.
Christian rock band. They're based in the United States, and they have a phenomenal music video. The song is called Happy Dance, and it's a wedding in somebody's basement. And the bride and the groom and a bunch of family and little kids, big kids, and people. And the band is dressed in white shirts, black pants, and a bow tie. And they say, "Hey, you with the concrete shoes in the back, get up and dance." And they get everybody dancing. And when they get to the theme of the song, he says, "Happy dance." And the lead singer does it so fast, you got to catch it right. Happy dance, it. And the line is, "It's not how you move, it's what moves you." And
Okay, that's
it's
great.
not it's a Christian band, but it's not really a Christian song. It's about song about people. So I love it. Find the video, or I'll find it and send it to you.
Yes,
And
please
then a
do.
new song by Megan Trainor. She's one of my favorites, and the song is "I Feel Better When I'm Dancing." That's how I feel. And then I've Had the Time of My Life by Bill Medley from Dirty
Of
Dancing.
course, yeah.
Britney Spears, Stronger, What Doesn't Kill You. I think Kelly Clarkson did too. What Doesn't Kill You Makes You Stronger. Respect by Aretha Franklin, please. I Will Survive by Gloria Gaynor. I have. And the last one I found is a new song by Janelle Monáe called Queen. She who writes the movie owns the script and the sequel. What do you think of that?
Wow, that's great.
So those are my songs. Those are my songs. So I'm glad you had a lot. I
Thank,
just keep
thank you. It's great. Cool.
see how cool and saucy we are. There we
Yeah,
go.
amazing.
I'm enjoying this. See,
So is it also the show with the most quoted songs now?
I think so. I think we're going to
Mm.
go and the most poetry rhyming bios. The most. I think I'm the only host who does 50-line rhyming bios for her guests.
Yeah, that I
I,
mean, great
I want
performance.
I want to go down in history for that one. Yes. You know, the theory is that long ago we were told in business it's about relationships. It's about you're dealing with people. It might be an email, it might be a pitch, it might be but it's a person. You want to be able to trust people, right, Simon, and like people. Well, that's why I do this show because I want to get to know the people I'm doing business with, meaning you're on my radio show, Technology Revolution, and I want people to know, and I want to know who you really are. And that to me strengthens the relationships. That's why we
Yeah.
talk about songs. We're not talking about songs, we're talking about ourselves, right?
Yeah, of course. And I
There
mean,
you go.
every business relationship is always like a relationship between humans in the end of the day. And
And that's
I can't like at least with me, I can't say, hey, this is the business Simon, this is the private Simon, and this is the fun
yes,
party Simon, and this is the sporty Simon now. It's all mixed. It's all me, Simon,
it's
and
all
you get
together.
private and business and sporty and fun and sometimes sad Simon in
Yes.
one big package.
Yes. And you know, there was some advice years ago about if you're in business or if you work for a company, should you have a personal profile, let's say on Facebook, and a business one? Same on well, LinkedIn, it's mostly business. It's who we are with our related to our jobs, our companies, that kind of thing. But personally, the question was, how do you separate? This is who I am. After 5 o'clock, and this is who I am Monday from 9 to 5 on Friday. How do you separate out? And I think people wanted to know who you really are behind that. I'm going to say the word facade, not in a negative way,
Yeah.
but the business face. I like that. The face you put on for business. And you know, with me, it's all transparent because I don't hide anything. I learned years ago, this is me, this is the way it is.
Mm.
So that's why I like the songs because they're us. So thank you so much. I really appreciate your choices. That's Disney and classical. This is really cool. You are cool. Now let's get to our OTT off the top. So your creativity superpower. What is it? What do you love about it? Not so much. Simon, talk to me.
My creativity superpower. I think I can inspire people. I think I'm quite I can drive people. I can make I think I can make change happen in the end of the day. I'm quite like excitable. I always and I was I think quite lucky in that way. I always loved what I did. In each job I had, in each project I had, I always went in there with a lot of passion and brought, I think, quite a lot of inspiration and vision to the table to ignite this spark, I would say. Um, so I think that's something that makes me unique in a positive way, but also maybe in also of course has the other side of the coin where um if something doesn't excite me, if I can't get passionate about something, I'm just not behind it, and at some point I will lose interest. So I want to
Interesting.
have a I think I've been always looking for a purpose in my job and also in my private life. And if it's not there, then you will at some point, not instantly, but at some point you will lose me.
Interesting. Being yourself and showing that passion in certain work environments works to your advantage, and sometimes it doesn't. Am I right? It depends on and we don't know until we take that job. And it used to be it was always face to face, in person, on site, on scene,
Yeah.
right? And now so much of what we do is virtual. And you're more in person than I am. I'm completely virtual at this point. I don't
Mm.
even exist. Hello. Anyway,
Yeah.
from the other side, it's Bonnie D. How are you? Anyway, I've found that in certain places you don't dare risk being who you really are in a workplace because
It's
it's not received well, and you find out how you hit that wall sometimes. Isn't that a
it,
reality check for jobs?
um, I don't, yeah, probably it is. But I try to be authentic most of the time. And I mean, you can have a bad day that is at work, that is fueled or that has a reason in your in the private sphere that happens.
Hmm.
And I think that's okay. I think we're all human, and I think being authentic is super important. And like also knowing that you can have a shit day. And that's okay. And you can
This is
even
true. This is
tell
true.
your team, hey, sorry, yesterday I was reacting maybe a bit like edgy or
Sometimes.
like
Yep.
snappy. I did have a shit day. So
Yep.
I apologize. Done.
There you go. Well, I was thinking of a manager I had. I won't tell you what company, but you can figure it out, where he was meeting with the members of the team. I found out every week, and he met with me only once a month, and I never found out why. I never found out why. And I talked to some of my colleagues, and they said, "Yeah, I meet with him every Wednesday." I said, "He meets with me every the fourth Wednesday." I never figured out why, and I don't know whether I didn't mesh with him or whether he didn't need to meet with me more than once a month. Maybe that was too much, and maybe it was enough. Maybe that was just for my role and him. So I'm talking about how we interact with people. You don't know till you get there when they're
Uh,
being their authentic self. Am I right? I don't want to do a
yeah,
downer here,
yeah.
but sometimes you find out who people really are.
I mean, this meeting somebody a lot or less often. What did you have experienced? I had I would look at it from a quite positive angle. I think it's a
Okay.
good thing. So
Okay.
I had one boss who have been building various enterprises and initiatives with, and we've been very much aligned in terms of our thinking. We were both not 100% thinking the same way as the rest of the company, but like quite creative, quite driven. And because of that, we even in the starting phases of building something new, we could only meet like once a month, and that
Hmm.
was fine. We met in his garden. That was during Corona times. So we met in his garden, sometimes had a drink, sometimes had a glass of water, sometimes had a glass of wine or beer, played a bit of catch up. And normally we really ran in the same direction. So that was amazing
That was
without
enough.
even
Yes.
talking to each other. So
Yep.
and we could get the all the horsepower we had. We can, I don't know how you could say that in English best. We can put it on the road. Yeah. So
Yes.
we made a lot of progress, and we were super fast with all of our initiatives that we managed together in the end.
See, that's your creativity superpower. You just gave an example. You saw the bright side. I saw it as a deficit that he liked the other team members better than he liked me. And I was on the short end of the stick. And you said maybe it was a good thing because that was, as I mentioned, maybe that was
Yeah.
enough. He didn't need, maybe he needed to catch. We'll move on from there. My creativity superpower, I think, is talking to people and having people feel comfortable to tell me their stories like I did with
Very
you.
much so.
So that's
I
and the
do feel
down
very comfortable. Thank you.
good. And the downside is that people I talk to too many people and I trust too many people and it doesn't always work out. I own more domains and more website domains because people said, "Let's go into business together." And I said, "Sure." And then after a little while they disappeared and I was stuck with the domain. So I've got a lot of domains. Nothing is worth it. Somebody tried to buy bonnietv.com years ago
Yeah.
for almost no money. And I suspected it was an actress or a comedian with the same first name as me. I never found out who it was. I turned it down. I turned it down because it wasn't enough money. If they really wanted it for their branding, it should have been worth thousands. And they're willing to pay something like $500. And I needed the money, but not that badly. And I said, I got there first. This is mine. This is mine. I'm keeping it. So there's bonnietv.com somewhere. Anyway, so let's go to our next topic. And the next topic is New Year's resolutions. Yay or nay? Do you believe them? Do you make them? If you make them, how long do you keep them or not? Simon?
Not so much. A very short answer.
Me too. Me too.
Not so much.
Me too.
When I was younger, I had a New Year's resolution once, but it was always like party more and travel more, and that's it. Uh, yeah, I was one of those guys, and I actually made it happen most of the time. So, um,
Oh, that's funny. Party more, travel more. Okay, I like that. Well, we'll just go with that. I gave up on resolutions, and I mention this often on the show. People say they have a bucket list, and I say, why? Just live every day with what you want to do, what you need to do, make it happen. Don't wait. Well, I'm old. I have 15 things on my bucket list. Well, what'd you wait so long for? Who knows how long we have? Just do it. So resolutions doesn't work for me at all. I might have a resolution that, okay, next Wednesday, or what's today? Today is Tuesday. Tomorrow I'm going to the supermarket and Alexa has my shopping list. And that's my resolution is I will go to the supermarket and get bananas and milk. And that's it.
so your resolutions are more like to-do lists then.
That's it. That's
Okay.
exactly right. And that's enough. That's enough for me.
So,
That's
so
enough. Just,
okay.
yeah. So
Interesting perspective. So I'm going to make resolutions basically on a daily basis.
why
So
not?
all my
That's what
to-dos
I
for work
say.
is resolutions.
Yes. So the woman I had hired to do, I have a decent sized property here in my home in Tennessee. I had
Mm.
no idea. I bought the house online on Zoom and through Zoom, watching Zoom. And when I got here, I said, "Oh my God, what did I do? This is more property than I have ever had. It's a more interesting, intricate, and complicated house than I've ever owned. I'm alone. Why? Well, I'm making it my own, putting a lot of work, a lot of money into the house. So I've been thinking, what am I going to do with the yard? I'm the first corner when you pull into this neighborhood. It's like a peninsula. We have 3 golf courses. We have a yacht club, nothing fancy, but a yacht club and people own far not they're on the golf course across the street from me, and people own you know what homes with their own pontoon boats and their own docks. I'm just the first corner when you come into this neighborhood. So my property is very visible. So the woman I hired to do the yard cleanup, meaning cut back all the trees and the bushes for the winter and pull out the old dead tomato plants and cut things down so they'll grow back. She failed to show up for the November cleanup. And in the middle of December, I went to my lawn mowing company who likes to do landscaping work. And I said, why don't you bring your crew? I'll pay you, of course, and do the yard cleanup. It's a month and a half late. So he showed up January 2nd. And while he's here and he's telling the guys, cut this down and cut this down and cut this down, and and they're hauling away on big tarps, all these branches and bushes and everything. That's fine. I said to him, why don't you help me re-landscape that side of the property? It needs to look classier. And he said, I've got ideas for you. So it wasn't even on my to-do list, but it was in the back of my mind. It was a resolution that starting in 2025 in the spring, I'm going to make more improvements to this property. So was that a resolution, Simon, or was that
That
just a to-do or both?
no, I think that's definitely a resolution.
Okay.
I
So
would, yeah.
we'll see what
No.
so I'll send you
Yeah.
pictures when he comes. He hasn't given me the
Yeah.
price yet, but he's pretty fair. He's done some
Mm.
landscaping for me. Okay. So those are plans for 20 anything special you're planning for 2025 separate from resolutions or anything big on the agenda for you on the docket?
Anything big? Keeping my son alive somehow.
Come on.
That's a big one. He's a handful. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
So he's really really active. Tries to climb everything. So you have to be actually super careful. So
Vigilant. Yep.
so far so good. Um,
Okay.
a bit of a bit of traveling hopefully.
Good.
And yeah, that's it.
Good. Good.
Trying
Well,
to be
that's a
happy.
lot. That's a lot. I'm going to continue the Cool Dude Show and the Saucy Dame Show and my other shows, Technology Revolution, which is AI and different industries and businesses and predictions focused with a big panel, and Read My Lips, which is creativity on Mondays with 3 or 4 creatives every Monday night. And I might even start a 5th show this year. I don't know what, and a business doing trailers for people. And I'm going to play the trailer for the show when we're done. And so you can see and everybody can see. Okay, next. Coffee or tea, brewed or instant, calf versus decaf, homemade versus Starbucks, latte, espresso, cappuccino, quantity, quality, cup or mug. What's your preference? What are you drinking?
Definitely coffee. 100%
Okay.
coffee.
Okay. What kind?
Definitely not decaf. I do like my coffee. I drank a lot of coffee when I was younger. Now it's about, I think, three cups a day. Now it's mainly filtered coffee. I like my espresso. I love espresso, of course, in Italy. So anytime when we go to Italy, the espresso there is obviously amazing. But here I'm mainly drinking filtered coffee with
Okay.
milk, no sugar.
Do you have same thing with me? I can't do caffeine anymore, so I'm mostly drinking, believe it or not, decaf tea. But caffeine just, I just fly. I just
Yeah, me
fly.
too.
You got
Me
to
too,
feel
but I
me,
like
but
it.
you like it. I like it. Yes. So I buy decaf tea, believe it or not, herbal tea, peppermint,
Mm.
and decaf Earl Grey with bergamot in it, which smells divine. So I'll take hot water, put it in one of my favorite ceramic mugs, what filtered water from the fridge, put it in the microwave for a little over a minute till it gets really hot, then put the tea bag into the hot water and let it go another 30 seconds. Then take it out and never squeeze the tea bag because the tannin will come out of it and it'll be bitter. And I leave the tea bag in it and I'll drink it when it's hot but not scalding. And then when I'm done, Simon, I'll go back to the fridge when it's room temperature, when it's just a little bit left in the bottom, and I'll fill it up with cold water from the fridge.
Ah,
And I
okay.
leave it in the fridge till the next day. And then if I have an omelet for lunch or if I'm going to have if I bake something, pie or cookies or something, instead of a glass of milk, I'm trying to cut back on that because of the calories. I'll have the cold tea, no sugar, no sweetener, no milk or cream, just the flavored water with the tea bag in it. I can keep that going for about 2 or 3 days, and then I
Oh,
throw the bag out and I start again. So it's not a reuse, it's not an economical thing to do. It's just that I like that slightly flavored water from the
okay.
tea.
Yeah, well, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that's
I
what
mean,
I
for me,
do.
it's coffee and then like it's plain water,
There
not
you
even
go.
sparkles.
I find water boring, so
Yeah.
I like to have that little bit of something, that scent of the tea bag. Okay, let's move to the next one. Movies or TV genre preferences. What do you like? What do you follow?
Oh, I think it's really hard these days. I think I like for the cinema, I like these sci-fi themes normally because a lot of different colors, a lot of special effects. I love that when I go to the cinema. So this is where I really want to see all those colors, all those
Ooh,
artificially IT enhanced software improved movies is really great where I can really dive into. One of the ones how was the first 3D movie called that I saw? Avatar. That was like
Avatar.
amazing. Yeah.
I've never heard
It's still
anybody
stuck in
say
my
that.
head.
I've never heard anybody say they like sci-fi for the colors. That's you're very, very unique and cool. That is the first time I've heard anybody say they did it for the colors.
Yeah, of
Very,
course, but I mean, like they have so many colors, so many
yeah.
special effects. I mean, that's where they really can go all out and completely nuts.
That is very, very true. Did you see the Disney movie, the animated movie Inside Out about the different emotions in a person? Did you watch that one?
No, I haven't. I heard about it. It should be good, but I haven't seen it yet.
It's wonderful. And Inside Out 2 is available now, and I'm going to watch that. But it's about a young girl whose family moves, and they move to a place where she's new and she's having trouble assimilating and making
Mm,
friends. And it's what goes on in her head with
mm,
the different emotions, and they're played by characters, animated characters. It is
mm.
just fascinating. But a lot of colors, a lot of moods, a lot of voiceover by famous people.
Okay.
Just very, very interesting. My TV preferences, I don't watch movies but I will watch a mini series and I will binge it on a weekend where I'm watching instead of maybe an hour and a half movie, I might watch 6 or 8 45-minute
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
pieces
yeah.
of so I'm basically watching a 4-hour movie over Saturday and Sunday, but in segments. I like the miniseries, but I like French procedural detective shows that are led by quirky women. Candice Renoir, Alice Nevers. There's a whole bunch of Tandem, which had a woman who was the head of the police and her ex-husband worked for her. He's a captain, and how they were trying to get back together or not. Anyway, I like strong women-led movies. Astrid is and I like the French language because I used to speak fluent French and now I just listen
Oh,
to it and enjoy it. So
yeah.
but you cannot be doing something else because you have to watch the subtitles. So I like that it commands my attention. But Astrid is about a woman played by a phenomenal French actress named Sarah Mortensen, and she plays a neurodivergent, high functioning on the spectrum autistic person who goes to work for the police and solves murder mysteries because she has a way of paying attention to detail and looking for patterns, which is what we expect
Mhm.
AI to do for us. She's like a human AI, and she's
Okay.
very quirky, and she uses her fingers. She'll look at files and she'll go, and she's organizing in her brain. And she
Mhm.
speaks in little voices in very fast French. And she speaks so fast you have to watch the subtitle. You wouldn't have any idea what she's saying. And you wonder how the people in the movie can even figure. Anyway, Astrid season 5 or 6 is on, and I'm watching that right now. And there's people in the police who accept her and value her. But she has a way of solving. So it's Astrid, Astrid, Sarah Mortensen, Sara, and a
Mhm.
wonderful actress. But you have to get how she's portraying this character and what it all means and her relationship to other people who are autistic in a special club that meets and learning how to socialize with people. It's a very interesting portrayal, but again, a strong woman. So those are my preferences. Okay. Oh, Black Doves with Keira Knightley was just on. That's a series that a
That's
brand
great.
new series. The Diplomat with
Yeah.
Kerry Russell, season 2 just came out. The Agency with Michael Fassbender and Jodie Smith Turner Smith, who is a
Mhm.
phenomenal actress. So that's how I identify with these very strong women, whether they're police or not. Okay, time for Say What? Saucy, wacky headlines. What have you got? You want to
Oh,
share
oh
your
wow.
screen?
Let me just like, yeah, got it.
Find it?
I
Yep.
got it here. Then
Okay,
let me
I've
just
got
share
three
my
for you and then we'll
screen.
wrap.
There you go. I change Bildschirm, this one. Okay, there
Hit
you
the share
go.
button when you're
Yeah,
ready.
yeah, fine. There you go.
There you
Done.
go. Okay,
Yeah, that's cool. It works. Oh yeah, here.
here we are.
I saw.
Oh my God, what is this?
This is actually a new hydrogen battle tank being developed by Hyundai.
Really?
I mean, it's currently under development, supposed to be deployed in 2040. Um, why do you think it's interesting? Particularly, I mean, it looks like nuts and super futuristic, of course, on the one hand
Looks like a
side, yeah.
toy. Yeah.
But it's hydrogen fuel, not because they want to aid the environment. It's military, yeah. It's about stealth, for example. So they can move a bit more quiet than with a normal ICE motor, and they're harder to detect because the heat signature is lower.
Interesting.
So so this is something where we're actually doing something that's sustainable,
Yeah.
um, but for a completely different reason than to help the environment.
Wow. Okay. That's interesting.
And I think
Okay.
that's something, I mean, I'm generally in terms of in terms of the whole sustainability movement, I think that's where we need to move to, because you don't want to buy a car that is sustainable. You want to buy a car that drives very far, that drives very quiet, that's
Mm-hmm.
cheap, that gives you a great customer experience, for example.
Yep.
Um, and the least of your worries is normally that it's the sustainable thing. So you need to have other hooks for your customers to make that green transition happen.
Interesting, cool
I hope
dude
that's not too
choice.
polit.
No, no,
I
no,
hope
it's
that's not.
fine. It's fine. It's
Um,
fine. The way you presented
yeah.
it is just fine. You want me
So
to do one now and then we'll go back and
happy,
forth?
happy to. Yeah,
Okay, so you
go.
stop sharing and I will
I
go
stop
back.
sharing.
Stop sharing.
There you go.
There we go. And what it always does is it changes our position here. Let me see. I've got, oh, this is interesting. I think I picked one on the sustainability theme for you, especially. And let me do a screen share here. Go to screen share, screen number 1. Okay. This is a woman who went from viral garbage videos in New York City. She's called the Trash Walker. I don't know if I told you about her before. She's a New York City native, turned her attention to cleaning up the five boroughs of New York and beyond. She's called the Walker on social media. She used to work at an investment bank doing mergers and acquisitions and capital raises, and she
Yeah.
wasn't happy. So she went to an immersive farming fellowship called Adama to connect with nature, and she learned about composting, Simon, and she learned about waste management. She came back to New York with a renewed sense of purpose, and she just decided that she was going to be collecting waste and part of the trash resolution. Her videos racked up millions of views, and she collects what they call flotsam and jetsam, odds and ends, while trash walking, including antique dishes, curling irons, stainless steel cutlery, and then she went to corporate waste. And she is working with companies on cutting out their corporate waste, meaning retailers in clothing who are basically burning their fashion items because it's out of fashion and they have the next year's style and brand, trying to get them not to do that. So she's trying to eliminate corporate waste. So she's called a trash worker. I thought you would appreciate that.
Amazing. I actually just found a new story that I haven't like I just thought about because of that
Sure,
picture.
sure. And she's teaching this too, and she also is imagining swaps. So instead of buying a costume for a Halloween, you might say to somebody, "Hey, do you have a costume your kid wore last year? My 5-year-old would love to be such and such," and swapping rather than keeping on buying stuff. It's like an eBay mentality, and she calls it swaps, unwanted items, and they have groups now called Buy Nothing. BUY nothing.
Mhm.
So leftover food, she said, if you have anything left, a cake or a pie or something that you don't want, call a neighbor and say, "Hey, I've got this beautiful half of a chocolate cake left. Do you want it?" Rather than throwing stuff out, we'll leave that one alone. So I'm going to stop sharing and you do
That's
yours
fine.
next, and then we'll
I
go.
will I
What's your
will I
next one?
will I will share and
Yeah,
it
please.
is that sharing already now?
Not
No, it's
yet.
not sharing it. There you go. I'll share here this one. Like not
There
done.
you go.
Okay,
Coming up.
great. So fine. Can you see it?
Yeah, it's still the hydrogen tank. Yes, I can see
Okay,
your.
so the hydrogen tank. So, do you remember Adam's quote from our last tech show? Uh,
No.
one man's one man's one man's trash is another man's dad's Christmas present.
Yes, yes,
And
I
I
remember that.
actually just Googled this bag, and I'm not even sure if that counts as news. Do you tell me? So I saw the trash bag in your article, and
Yes.
then I remember this. One man's trash is a Balenciaga's 1790
Oh,
garbage bag. I
yes.
think it's from this year. And there you go.
Get
That's
out,
it.
get out, get out. What are we looking at here? These are
This is
Balenciaga?
these are Balenciaga handbags.
No.
So you can buy them for $1,790.
Why would I? Why does it say one man's trash though? What is the relationship of trash?
I have no idea.
Go down, let's read the article.
I
Let's
just
see the
I
beginning of the
just
article
I just
together. Go
found
ahead.
this I just found this,
Okay. Thanks to
you're trash.
Balenciaga, the phrase your trash may come off as a compliment now. They're preparing to launch the Trash Pouch, a handbag that Demna, the creative director, is directly inspired by the garbage bag, coming in black, blue, white, and color. Latest in-house bag looks almost identical. Get out. Scroll down a little more. You want to finish reading it?
Well, I think that's basically it.
Oh
First
my
degree
God.
information
It
for
debuted
winter.
at Fall Winter
Yeah.
2022 show. It's calfskin leather with a matching strap. I couldn't miss an opportunity to make the most expensive trash bag of the. That is an article, Simon. That is a wacky.
That
That's a say
that
what.
does that does count. Okay, fine, but then
That
they have like plenty of that stuff.
that counts
Cool.
beautiful. Yes.
That counts.
Very cool. Give me another one while you're here, because
Um,
that was ad hoc.
while I'm here, I got something about elephants.
Yep.
My son
Go ahead.
loves elephants,
Yes.
and we're talking about recycling and reusing Christmas trees. So
Okay.
in Berlin, the unsold Christmas trees are actually fed to elephants. There you
Oh.
go. It's actually quite
I
cute.
I read, you know what? There's a movement here in my community in Tennessee that said recycling Christmas trees for elephants. I just saw it the other day.
And there you go.
Oh Oh
We're
my
back
God.
to
So,
circular economy. I mean, it's
yes.
the only aspect missing is the artificial intelligence one, but we'll figure
There you
something
go.
out.
And by the way, the trash walker I mentioned, the lady in New York, is trying to get a Department of Circularity for New York City.
Ah,
So,
there you go.
there you go. Scroll down. Let's see a little more of this beautiful elephant. I think it's
I'm
beautiful.
not sure if there's like
There's, it's a video.
is there a no oh there's another picture here.
Okay.
There's I
Oh
just let me
my
just close
God.
this.
Christmas for the
Here, there you
elephants.
go.
Unsold
Yeah.
trees are fed to the animals at the Berlin Zoo. That is a great wacky say what story. That's
Look
lovely.
at him. Really happy.
Oh my God.
And last but not least,
Yes.
I got one more, but only shortly.
Yeah, go ahead.
The 5.2 million banana tape. Here, this one.
Yes, that's an old story. I've
That's
done
a
that
bit,
three or
that's a
four
bit,
times.
oh,
Yes,
oh, you've done it
yes.
already.
I've
Then
done that
that's,
3 or 4 times. It's been in the news for months, yes, and people are joking about you get the instructions
that's,
on how to put the banana tape up
oh,
on your wall
but
for a
have you
million
seen that
dollars.
one? That's the last, I got, maybe then let's try that one. Laughter is the
Yeah.
best medicine in Japan. Local
Yep.
government passes a new health law. So
Love
they
it.
actually have made an
Love it.
ordinance that people should laugh, I think, every Thursday.
I love
So
it.
it's meant to.
I love it. The yacht clubs near where I used to live on Long Island in New
Yeah.
York had Thirsty Thursdays, so they would
Yeah, yeah.
have.
It's like, okay.
Oh, this is great. So that's like having happiness officers in your company. So this is
Oh,
laughter
we had
every
that in
Thursday.
Dubai. They had a happiness in Dubai. They have a happiness department of like
Really?
a government department
I love it.
concerning themselves with the happiness of the
Well,
inhabitants of
that's
the
an
UAE.
oxymoron, happiness department in the government is an oxymoron, like jumbo shrimp. Scroll down. Let's see a little bit more about this.
And they have a
Japan's
happiness
Yamagata.
road, and they have a happiness road as well in Dubai, by the way.
Local government in Yamagata Prefecture.
Yeah,
Okay,
here.
ordinance designates the eighth day of every month as a day to promote health through laughter. There will be no penalties for those who fail to laugh daily. Oh, this is a right. Well, we'll talk about the party there. Critics and those opposed argue laughter was part of freedom of Oh, give me a break. Give me a. That's enough. That's it. Unshare. Give me enough. Oh, that is too funny.
Maybe there could be an ordinance to watch We Dish or listen to We Dish.
There you go.
Then
Oh,
you
I
always
like
got your
that a
laughter
lot.
covered.
I think I have two more for you here.
Okay,
Let's
great.
see
Go
what
ahead.
I've got. This is an interesting one. These are also on the sustainability theme because I was thinking of you and what you believe in and what you do. So let me share this one. These are just going to be brief, and then we'll do our wrap up here. So let me share this. Okay. Tesco signs a deal to buy enough solar energy to power 144 large stores. It's the biggest buy. It's in
Oh, wow,
Kent,
great. Yeah.
and it's a solar park in Kent in England. 144 of its large supermarkets buying two-thirds of the entire electric output from the Cleve Hill Solar Park in Kent. It's
Oh,
being
wow.
built on a
Amazing.
farmland near Quinbrook Infrastructure Partners, a London-based firm that invests, this is for you, in renewable and low-carbon energy in the US, UK, and Australia. It's a solar and battery storage project that will have, and I don't know how many megawatts watts this means. It's
Mm-mm-mm.
expected to be running by the start of this year. It's a significant step toward carbon neutrality by 2035, and they have 560,000 solar panels as tall as buses. What do you think of that?
Wow. Thank you for sharing that. I
Cool
haven't even,
beans?
I haven't even read that one.
Cool
Thanks.
beans. Yes. And I got this from this was in The Guardian. This was an
Nice.
article
Yeah,
in The
yeah, yeah.
Guardian. I can send it to you if you remind me. And here's one I thought you'd get a kick out of this. Take a look at these. These are, can you see this?
Oh,
These
yeah,
are,
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
this is how he ran in patterns to create these on the maps in a special software program. This is from other people too. The man throwing the famous and the shoe and the Santa Claus. So the story is that he wrote, okay, let me read this.
Oh,
Duncan
yeah.
McCabe, 10 months to make a 27-second digital art video using the maps of his exercise routes on the running and biking app Strava. Strava. Why is there a truck
Yeah, yeah,
across the
yeah. No,
street? I
I
don't
mean,
care.
I know that like the various apps like that. So
Yeah, and
I
he
use some for
recorded
hiking.
Yes, he recorded 120 runs and he strung them together and then he created the hat wearing stick figure dancing to the song Purple Hat. It was 6 miles each run, and the video is part of a movement known as GPS art. He's the first one that puts motion to it. Most of them are just flat. So he's called the video guy. And he turned 430 miles of running into a 30-second clip of animals. He has one with a shark, a giraffe, and a dinosaur. And it comes from Strava Art. I thought that was interesting. And his wife helped him get the idea for the dancing figure. He uses PowerPoint to map his runs. So here is an example of this is the,
Yeah.
looks like a mailman, a mail person. Okay, that's one, and that's the map. And here he shows it on his phone. Let me raise this up. You can
Yeah.
see it. These are the videos he posts online. And then these are by other people who've done something similar, but they're not videos. They're just the route. So interesting.
Wow, that's huge, crazy, crazy.
So that's for
How do
you.
you come up with an idea like that?
Too much time on their hands.
Mm.
Or wanting to stand out in the crowd, right? I'm
Yeah.
hearing a truck across the street, wanting to stand out from the crowd. That's what we're talking about. People who say, how could I be different? How could I be different? I'd like to share the trailer for this show, if
Oh
I
yeah,
may.
please.
And let me see if I can pull this up here. So let me go to share, advanced computer video file. And I'm going to go find it now. Let me go to banner art. Hold on. Here. Trailers and movies. Okay, and this is the trailer for Too Saucy version 3. You ready? It's going to be loud. Here we go. Okay. Make sure I have all my audio up. Here we go.
Nice, a bit of
What'd you think?
nice. Thank you. Great. Love
Like
it.
that?
For some reason, it reminds me of one of those older
It's
movie
Pink
intros, like
Panther.
Pink Panther or something,
It's
no?
Pink Panther. Yes. Do you want to see the one for Technology Revolution too? You got a minute for
Oh
that?
yeah, yeah,
All right,
yeah.
let's do that, and then we're going to wrap up. So let me do the share, and let me go to video and share, and let's go back to Technology Revolution 3A. You're going to like this one. You might even be in this one. I'm not sure.
So are
Here
we
we
gonna use
go.
it for the next show?
I use the same intro. And
Oh, I like that with the drumsticks.
the credits say costumes, Bonnie D. What costumes?
Hey, you told me
We
what to
said,
wear today, no?
so what'd you think? Did you enjoy that?
I like it. It's great. So are you
Thank
putting
you.
are you gonna put them in front of every show, or is it just like a general trailer?
No, they did. They're on my YouTube channel, and I just share them on some of the shows. And I'm turning this into a business to do these for families, people for their pets, for their children, for their vacations. And that's what I'm starting it as a business to create. All I need is about 25 pictures and a couple of names and a couple of lines of this is our favorite XYZ or this is where we
Mm.
went or so like Mad Libs, fill in the blank, and then I create the trailers. And I have different templates and I have different music and different opening themes. And I thought it would be fun to start that. So what do you
Oh,
think?
that's
Cool
great.
beans?
I love it.
Cool beans. Thank you very much. So I'm going to go to audio in a second here. Simon, it has been absolutely a delicious delight getting to know you. You're very kind to share who you are with such authenticity. I gave up on that word about 2 years ago. I call it real deal, real dash
Real deal
deal.
sounds a lot better, to be
You're a
honest.
real deal cool dude. And you're going to be on coming up on my shows. I think you're going to be in January, February, and March. I think we got three of Technology
We'll
Revolution where
see.
you,
Okay.
I think so. There's two
Uh,
of the sustainability in automotive. I think we have two more coming up, and you're going to be on one of my crystal ball predictions
that's true.
specials
That's
coming
true.
up.
I'm
So
looking
so
forward to that.
I'll be seeing a lot more of you. So any quick thoughts? Anybody you want to do a shout out to for the new year before we close?
No more shout outs. Thank you. I love the show. Thank you for having me again, and to many more. Maybe that's a resolution for
My pleasure. I
2022.
like that. I like that. Let me start the music here and we're going to roll it back to the beginning and play and raise up the volume here. Come on, there you go. I'm the engineer here. We'll go out
So you wanna
dancing.
be
So you want to be
a cool
a cool dude, a cool kid, hanging with the insect,
looking real,
looking real
cool and fine.
and fine. Wait for the bridge. Should have brought my drumsticks in from the other
So you
room.
wanna be
Don't go away, Simon. We'll talk for a second. Bop, 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 bop. Thank you very much to Serge Hoffman for singing my lyrics, and thank you for composing the music. Bonnie D and Simon M signing off. And Happy New Year to everybody. And I'll be back with more and more and more.